Hi, everybody, and welcome to Road Trip Soccer. You get a good look at the young ladies on the field. It's going to be Sterling against Cedar Creek today.
Yeah, good winnable matchup here for Sterling. You get the coin flip matchup of the 8-9. The winner will face either top-seeded Haddonfield or the 16-seed Manchester Township. And Tad, we got a chance to walk across the field for the last couple hours here, and it is very, very squishy.
Yeah, you're going to hear it. We have some mics in front of us here, and to say it's squishy is an understatement. We were talking to the athletic director before the game. He said they took out about 15 buckets of water. There's dry dirt in the 18s in the middle of the field like you see in baseball and softball games. So there's going to be a lot of slipping, and that's going to be a big factor in this game.
Yeah, and talking to Coach before the game, she had mentioned, we were asking her what the strategy was, and keeping them low and letting them skip across the turf, I think, is probably going to be the move today, and trying to catch a weird hop if it's coming off of the goaltender or something like that. So, you look at this seed, Tad, and an 8-9. And a tough matchup with Haddonfield potentially for either one of these two teams in the next round. Should Sterling move on, they played Haddonfield relatively tough. I think a 4-1 loss and a 3-1 loss for the girls. And you never know. Tough to beat a team twice in a year, or 3 times in a year, rather.
And as you look at the stats coming into the game, Sterling averages about 3 goals a game. Cedar Creek averages 4.5 goals a game. Now, here's the difference. You see some of the assists for them, 3 assists to 1. So maybe there's a little more scoring on the Cedar Creek side, but you'd have to hope with the fact that you've seen teams like Haddonfield twice, you've seen Haddon Township, some of the top teams in South Jersey. If you're a Sterling fan, you're going to hope that's going to help you out. Some of the teams that Cedar Creek sees, Rob, on their schedule, Absegami, Mainland, Ocean City, Middle Township, Lower Cape May. They played Highland, a local team. They won that game 4-2. So as you look at this game, I don't think either coach has a real good feel, but when you're looking at an 8-9, it's going to be an evenly matched game.
And really no comparable opponents. I think field hockey is going to run into that as well later on tomorrow. No really comparable teams, and that's going to be tough for them. But you never know with these matchups. You look at Sterling's record, 7-9-2 overall on the year, and a tough Colonial Conference. And then you turn around, you look at Cedar Creek, 5 games better, 12-6-1. Entering this first round of the playoffs.
But it's nice the way the PowerPoints adjust themselves out. And we're just behind them in this 8-9 matchup. So, again, I think if you're you should be able to play with today.
It should be a great game. Looking forward to a good game. As you can see, on the field right now is the athletic director coming by in the cart and is going to drive over some of the quick dry over to that inside the 18. And, there is some out there. You usually see that on a baseball diamond, Taddy. You're going to see it out here this afternoon.
We're literally going to get a chance to watch him do it. I mean, there's some slick spots that were borderline muddy, and right now the referees identified some of those spots, and that's why he's going out here with the quick dry to get that set. It's weird, too, Rob. About 10 minutes ago is the first time we saw the sun here. We're down in Egg Harbor Township. We're a couple minutes off the White Horse Pike off Egg Harbor City. This school is just about 10 years old. I believe it started in 2010. A beautiful facility, but again, it is very, very wet out here today.
Been here a few times for girls tennis playoffs, and some really nice tennis courts here. And you can look at the facility out in the background over to our left shoulder. Humongous school, really nice campus. And you can look at the football field out there as well as you pan over there and check everything out. Just a really, really nice looking campus here in Egg Harbor Township.
Yeah, you see there's the school there. It's a 2-level school, and it was put in the September of 2010. So this is its 9th year in existence. And again, the biggest thing is just going to be the surface. Hopefully the sun will stay in play here, and we're just about set for action.
Both officials are here.
That's good.
Which is good.
We need them.
And need them. And I don't think Sterling's white jerseys are going to be white for too much longer in this one.
Yeah, it's as soon as you go down, it's going to be a mess. And Miss Wilsey made a real good point to us before the game with the dry dirt that's out there. That's actually like little pebbles that absorb things. It's like I almost want to call it cat litter to a point.
Yeah, almost.
So if you slide in it, you're going to get scraped up a little bit for sure, as it looks like they're going to go down to the other goal area now and get things straightened out. So the winner of this, Rob, goes on most likely to face number 1 Haddonfield. But this is an 8-9 game, and anything can happen.
Look at the starters for Sterling. They're going Tori Wilsey, On defense, Sam Rhoda, Catherine Miller. I believe looks like they're going Nat Hatfield as well. Kaylee Sheehan, Gab Palladino, Grace Michelli, Nia Holloway, Erin Carroll, Jade Wiley, the freshman, and in goal, Lexi Lambertino, the senior.
There aren't many seniors in the starting lineup, are there, Rob? We might have, what, one?
Oh, you've
two?
got Lexi and Nat, and that's really about it.
So 2 seniors, and as the helicopter gives us a flyover, I think we're just about set for action.
Official jogging to the near side, really gingerly, because we almost
we were
ate
slipping
it a couple times coming through here, but the South Jersey Group 2 playoffs just about underway. The opening round, once again, the winner faces either Haddonfield or Manchester on Halloween, 72 hours from now.
Synchronizing their watches, that's the problem now.
As we are too. And we're underway. Some players to watch out for on the Cedar Creek side. You're going to look at Corinne Morgan, number 14, as well as Carissa Robbins. Morgan only a freshman, Robbins a senior. So take a look at 14 and 33 in maroon and white.
You saw a play right there as Wilsey went up to take the ball and it scooted right by her. It's going to take a good 10 or 15 minutes for the girls to get used to the way this ball is going to scoot today.
If nothing else, the grass is cut very, very short, which is it's going to speed the game up a little bit. But at that same token, the wetness of the field is also going to slow it down. Holloway dispossessed there. Sends it back. Field for Jacobo. Looks for help from her defense in Thomas. Far side. Tyrell, and booted away by Sterling's defense.
If you take the fact that the surface is wet and slippery and you might fall, this is almost what it's like to play on a turf field at Haddon Township, the way the ball just takes off.
Sterling in kind of a late season tailspin coming into this one, losing 4 of their last 5. Their only win came on senior night against Deptford, where Kaylee Sheehan had a hat trick.
I think with the girls, it just comes down to finding somebody who could put the ball in the net. I think they're pretty decent between the 18s. It's just they need to develop a big-time score. And so far, that's one of those things that's just hard to develop. You either can score or you can't.
Palladino leads Sterling in goals with 8. Comes an opportunity here for Morgan. Morgan shot, score. Just 2 minutes into the game, Morgan strikes first. And it's 1-0 Cedar Creek.
Boy, that was an outstanding play. And I think that was a play right up the middle. It looked like you had a defender there, Rob, in Holloway that came after it. And she just couldn't quite catch up to it.
Also wonder there if it's home field advantage there a little bit. 1-0 Cedar Creek on the goal by Corinne Morgan, whose name we had just mentioned just a few moments ago. Sterling looking to counter now, Hatfield with Palladino.
It's funny how things lay out. That's exactly who Coach was worried about coming into this game.
Wiley to Sheehan. Looking back in the middle, Hatfield trying to give chase. Cross there for the Pirates. And Holloway just lets it go out of bounds for a throw-in. Just about 90 seconds into this one, Corinne Morgan strikes first. So if you're late arriving either from Cedar Creek High School, getting out of school a little bit late, or if you're on your way over here, because it is a hike to get here, Sterling in an early 1-0 hole. Tomorrow we will have live coverage of the boys opening round playoff game all the way down in Barnegat. That game will start at 2 o'clock.
It was going to be nice for our viewers in that game. It's on a football field, so we'll have a good elevated look at the play of that one.
Andrew Kane doing a great job with our camera. I'd like to give a big shout out also to the staff and the maintenance crew and the athletic directors at Cedar Creek High School, giving us the opportunity to bring this to you live.
Yeah, very helpful here. Drove us out here, showed us where to go. It's amazing. As soon as that sun went behind the clouds, it felt like it got like 15 degrees cooler.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, there is a wind, and that should help dry some of this field up a little bit, but when we got here a couple hours ago, Tad, it was squishy.
Yeah, it still is. And it feels like the wind is blowing from our side of the field to the far side of the field right now.
Looking for more is Cedar Creek. See Morgan right there in the middle. That's their goal scorer. Keep an eye on 14 in red. Lambertino, who really didn't have a shot on at saving that one. It was exactly where you needed to put that.
Yeah, point blank range from about the 18-yard line, and your hope is that defensively maybe they slip, and she just drilled it into the net.
Tyrell on defense just kicks it away, finds the foot of Grace Michelli. Throw in for the Pirates on the far side. Picked off by Erin Carroll.
She had a great game the other day on TV. Had 2 goals, almost had 4. So Carroll's the one late in the season who might develop into your possible goal scorer.
Erin Carroll on the year, 3 goals for the sophomore.
And as we mentioned, she didn't play a whole lot in the beginning, and she scored 2 goals in that one game we had on TV and almost had 4. Here we go.
Here comes a through ball looking for Palladino. Palladino one-on-one, but good back-checking defense by Kayla Jacobo, the sophomore.
That was a great ball by Sheehan. Sheehan sent it all the way up, just kind of scooted on that grass just a little bit as the ball goes out of bounds into a puddle right there.
Braden Sheehan, one of the freshman class officers and also soccer players, rescued it from the swamp.
There's a lot of it.
Looking for a through ball, trying to find Hatfield, can't connect there, and it will go out of play with Grace Michelli giving chase.
Again, I think it just comes down to Sterling finding a way to finish, Rob, when they get near that 18-yard line, finding a way to finish and get that ball into the net or get a quality shot. That's the thing that's holding them back.
Erin Carroll going to check out for Sterling. They bring in Emma Carmody coming to the near side. Palladino working one-on-one, little shoving battle there with Kelly Tyrell.
That's a nice defensive play by Tyrell and a free kick coming up for Sterling.
Looks like Sheehan will take it. Quite a ways out, too.
It's a little bit of effort. She might be able to make the net or at least the 6.
Left-handed wave by Sheehan, low line drive inside the 18, trying to find Emma Carmody, can't connect. Inside again on the 18, deflected for a corner for Sterling, first one of the game.
And that's the strategy we talked to with Coach before the game. The ball scoots a tremendous amount. It causes the defense a lot of trouble there, and Sterling almost got a break on it. Now they get the corner kick.
It'll be Kaylee Sheehan on the corner kick. Righty, beautiful kick inside the 18, deflected away. Finds Holloway. Holloway can't get it to settle down, and look how quick the defense is coming out. And it looks like Corinne Morgan was going for that ball. She's coming up a little limp on that the right leg.
On that corner kick, Rob, usually you want the ball up in the air to head it in, but I think today's a day like that ball you just had. Give me a line drive, let it scoot.
Inside. Trying to go outside now, or Cedar Creek. Sterling winning the 50-50 balls early. Tyrell, again, who's been busy defensively for the Pirates. Kaylee Sheehan all over her, and now Sterling trying to push the issue there. A little slip by Tori Wilsey. There's going to be a lot of footing issues today. There's no doubt about that.
It's one of the things about sports. Both teams got to play in the same field, so they have the same disadvantage or advantage that you have.
Here's a break for the Pirates. Morgan as well as Jacobo there, and they're going to switch fields. Pass Wilsey, and now here's an opportunity for Bryan. Bryan looking for help on the far side. Back out for a defense. Well, miss hit there by the Pirates. Going to give Sterling a chance to clear it out with Jade Wiley.
That was a great ball by Morgan. She went far post, just sent it a little bit too wide.
Carmody waited a little too long, tried to spring Hatfield there and couldn't get her to connect. Some more open space, no whistle on the collision. You can hear the official saying play. Here comes Jacobo, and it's kicked out of play for, they're going to say a corner kick.
Nice defensive play there, Rob, coming in by Catherine Miller. Now we're standing right by the ref right here. He clearly said corner.
No whistle from the official. The first corner on the way for the Pirates. Hatfield deflects it away, and now Miller. Back to Robbins. Robbins inside the 18, kicked away again. Now headed back in. Dangerous spot here. McGinley. Here comes Sam Rhoda.
Good defensive play on her by McGinley.
I think there was some confusion with the officials on whether that was going to be a goal kick or a corner kick.
The official that's by us on our sideline had corner the whole way. I didn't catch the other official. The other official was actually closer.
It's like in football where they throw the flag from the back judge at the line of scrimmage.
Again, I'm assuming the official who was around the 6-yard line, he had it clearly. From here, it's just hard for us to tell from 60 yards away.
Whistle and a Sterling kick.
I think for Sterling, the whole game comes down to, Rob, what can they do when they get the ball around the 18-yard line? You saw when Cedar Creek had it, they had a chance and finished it.
This field is going to get chewed up here today. Easy save for the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper Olivia Vanelli, who's only a freshman. So the Pirates going to bring back. Nice when you have a freshman starting.
Well, it's good and it's bad. It's good for your future, but sometimes as the game gets a little more intense, maybe not used to the situation.
Comes Carroll. A little bump there. Excuse me, Corinne Morgan got bumped there a little bit.
You heard the crowd react to it. She went down hard.
Sterling will not shy away from the contact, that's for sure. And the funny thing is, Sterling controlling a majority of the play, except for that one little miscue by Sterling defensively on Morgan. Just let her walk right inside the 18 and fire a shot in the upper corner.
Thing I'm seeing early on, it looks like Cedar Creek might be a little bit quicker than us. That's going to roll out of bounds.
It might not.
Wow, it's slowing down. Good call, Rob.
That's going to stay.
Referee in front of us said out.
Good hustle there on that far sideline, or excuse me, the near sideline by Kayla Jacobo.
It just seems like in this speed situation when going for a loose ball, Cedar Creek's getting a little quicker to the ball. Maybe they're used to playing on this field.
Wiley could have been fouled from behind. Sterling going to back it up to Holloway. Holloway just kicks it into this. A few of the Sterling faithful that have made their way over here to Cedar Creek. Wiley there to clear it away. Good job by Jade Wiley.
Ooh.
Went off of Emma Carmody. Somehow finds the foot of Jones. Now here's a run for Emma Carmody, but the goalkeeper comes out of Vanelli. Had plenty of time. Nice little run there, but just a little too far for Emma Carmody.
Yeah, right idea. Again, just with the water and the slickness, not a lot of friction to slow it down. It just took off.
Kind of hoping for one of those water patches there.
Yeah, that would have slowed it down.
And it is supposed to rain tomorrow, Tad, as well. And we are looking at the forecast, not only for Barnegat, which is where we'll be tomorrow. They are calling for some showers and drizzle. But if this field gets any more water,
yeah, they're gonna.
It's bad.
It's difficult to play through. Again, I think the maintenance staff and the athletic director have done everything that they can thus far. And it just, again, both teams got to play on it. You just make it happen.
Jade
nice
Wiley,
move.
Nice little deflection there. Unfortunately, she's going 1-on-4. But it backs up to Sheehan. Sheehan coming near side, working one-on-one with Alicia Jones, who turns it upfield and now is going to spring Corinne Morgan. Morgan, one-on-one, nice defense by Sterling's Kat Miller. Morgan still controlling. Man, is she quick. So far, Catherine Miller having a great game defensively, and we're only about 15 minutes into this game.
That was a huge defensive stop by her there.
Comes Nat Hatfield. Giving chase is McGinley, and it goes off of Hatfield and out of play.
As you mentioned on the other side to our right, that was a real high-pressure situation on defense and a really nice defensive play there by Miller. Miller just a sophomore. We've seen a lot of her from the basketball season as well.
Believe it or not, Tad, the basketball season is right around the corner.
It's coming, yep.
Just about 3 or 4 weeks away, as they will get started right after the Thanksgiving holiday weekend.
It's a big weekend, not only at school for Spirit Week. You got the playoff, 2 playoff games tomorrow. You got Mr. Sterling tonight, and then you have the homecoming football game coming up Friday at home against Collingswood. So a lot of activities going on around Sterling sports and activities.
Super busy week. The sophomores found the Spirit Stick, if you're not on the Twitterverse.
And who had it?
Mr. Kangas.
You nailed that. You were out here. You were bringing with your calculator, your pencil.
Yeah,
you had it all going.
Adding everything up.
Pretty impressive.
It's a lot of work for me too.
Tell you what, I got to tip our cap to yourself and all the adults and kids who worked on the hallways this Friday into Saturday. An amazing job at the hallways.
Yeah, all the advisors and the students did a great job. They had a lot of fun doing it, and it's just a really cool tradition that they have at Sterling, decorating the hallways and making it fun for not just this week, but every week. So shout out to all the class officers doing a great job, and the juniors, who I believe won the hallway decorating competition.
And what was their theme?
They went with SpongeBob.
That was pretty good. I got to give you that one. That was pretty good, Rob.
Yeah, that was good. Seniors went Back to the Future.
They all were very. Usually there's hands down one as I walk around. I wouldn't have called it hands down, but SpongeBob was pretty good.
Yeah, when the seniors had, they were in second place with Back to the Future. The sophomores with their Hollywood theme, and then the freshmen went Mario Brothers on us.
And you had, last year you won it with the seniors, right?
Seniors, we were Philly.
That was well done. Even got the TV networks out there from
Yeah,
Philly.
that was great. Fresh off an Eagles Super Bowl. That always helps. It keeps the hype going.
Memories.
Thrown by Wilsey on the far side, trying to spring some Sterling offense. They trail this one 1-0 on the goal by Corinne Morgan just about 2 minutes into the game. And that was a player that when we talked to Coach before the game, she didn't know much about this team, but that's one of the names that she had mentioned.
Yeah, and she looks very impressive when she gets the ball. That's why it was a great job by Catherine Miller, as she was one-on-one against her, stopped her.
Getting bumped to the ground, and call there as Fossbender went down for Sterling. And it'll be Kaylee Sheehan on the free kick.
And again, from where actually they're going to switch now. It's from where the ball is. This is almost going to be one of those scoots to the net, Rob.
Carmody with the right foot as it scoots right into the arms of Vanelli.
And it's just odd for a goaltender, or if you play baseball, when the ball hits like that on the ground, it's really, really hard to judge.
In that situation,
we just tell them almost take a knee and go down, because it's going to stay reasonably low, but it actually goes quicker. It speeds up as it hits the ground.
You would think it would have the adverse.
All that we have here.
Wiley beaten there. Man, that would have been one heck of a through ball to Morgan.
Both sides.
Some of the Pirate got a chance to drive into town. Really little town here, about a small little town.
Egg Harbor City. This is a school that came into play, as we mentioned, came out in 2010. They took some students from Absegami. They took some students from Oak Crest to build this school because they were just getting to the population was shifting too much down here and they needed another school.
You can kind of see it off in the distance there, the facility that they have here. And that's going to be a Sterling corner in the meantime, second of the game. But just a beautiful school from the outside. I'm sure it's just as beautiful inside. We're looking at the press box for football. Nice little setup that they have as well.
Uh-oh.
Another low line drive slipping on the play was Morgan. She's going to have to replace that divot later on.
That could have been disastrous because you outkicked your entire offense. You had nobody back.
Miller was just baiting Morgan and now forces a turnover. Here comes Morgan again. She's got speed and kicks it right into the fans.
Corinne Morgan, just a freshman. She is a heck of a player. She's wreaking havoc on this field.
Deflected
This is
by
trouble.
Jones. And Lambertino calls everybody off and scoops it up.
It's a good job. You could really hear Lambertino yell keeper and wanted that ball. Well done by her.
High into the air at midfield.
Just about halfway, Rob. Our clock is unofficial. We don't stop for any official stoppages as we get a run here.
McVeigh in there. Also a freshman, so Sterling doesn't have a lot of seniors on this squad, so the future looking really bright for the Sterling girls soccer team in years going forward.
And this young lady they're trying to get to for Cedar Creek, a freshman as well. That's amazing. Ouch.
Went off of Wilsey, and now Wilsey an opportunity to play some defense. Just giving some space there on that far side, working one-on-one, being able to turn the corner, and it's slide tackled away for a corner kick.
Woo. She did that in one of our home games we had on TV, and she is very effective. You have to make sure you get the ball because if you don't and you're inside that 18, that's a problem.
It's a short corner is what
Yes,
it turns
it is.
into. Robbins on the corner. Lets the ball boy go in front of her. That was nice. They leave this one short to Jacobo. Back out now, they'll send it in. Nice little devised play off the head of Jones. She just missed it. And just turns and kicks it off the end line.
She kicked it to the alligators down there in the pond.
We have been told that there are like legitimate fish in that pond, but we're not sure if you can actually fish in there.
He said snakes too. He's aware back there. It's a drainage retention pond, and with all the rain they've had here, it's overflowing. But as you mentioned on the corner kick, Rob, really nice set play there. They got the opportunity that they wanted, just a little long off the head.
Lambertino, right-footed boot, out to deflects into midfield. Now a little miscommunication there between Wilsey and Sheehan. Palladino now.
That's a good
So a
effort.
move by Palladino, and just can't keep it in play.
That was a great job by Wilsey. She identified she had a shot to get to that ball, so she went hard for it and almost created an offensive opportunity.
Still waiting for Sterling's real first shot on frame. And it's been a while for one for Cedar Creek as well. Wilsey. Palladino. Now in the middle of the field. And Vanelli comes out. Very active off of her line is Vanelli.
If freshman Kate McVeigh was kind of in the area, it's a shame she was a little more cheated to the middle of the field. She might have been able to get a foot on it.
Aforementioned McVeigh working closely with Jacobo, who now has some room. 1-on-2. Tries to go into the middle, but there's Kat Miller again. Sneaking in on the play is Winterbottom. A deflection right into the arms of Lambertino.
Creek very creative with their the one goal, Rob. They've played a game thus far.
Yeah. Sivry into the game now, another freshman getting some valuable playoff minutes. There she is now, coming right into the middle of your screen. Sister of Sivry from the boys team will be featured tomorrow, and you'll see that live right here on Sterling TV 19 starting at 2 o'clock. All the way from Barnegat. Fill up the tank. Sivry.
Oh.
And are they going to say corner? No, they're going to say six kick.
She just ran out of room there, Rob.
Well, the field was 5 yards longer. She might have had a shot.
And it's funny that we bring that up because our field is wider than this and longer than the field that we're on today.
Advantage Cedar Creek.
Yeah, to more of a narrow, if you're used to the restarts, where our field is more of a spread out, continuous play field.
Jacobo trying to spring Morgan. Giving chase on that far side is Tia Bryan, another freshman. But Sterling intercepts and then back the other way.
You can really see where the ball is now. That's one of the choppiest parts of the field.
Which is where we lugged our gear across.
Ooh.
Jacobo goes awkwardly to the ground. Sheehan, nice little move. Keeps it here, looking to move forward, and she does. Trying to spring McVeigh, but it goes off of Jeslyn Cross for a throw-in. Substitution going to check in for both squads. That's Jade Wiley checking back into the game for Kate McVeigh. Holloway on the throw-in. Need forward by Sam Rhoda. Off the head of Sivry. Seems like wherever the ball is, there's 2 or 3 Pirates there to at least make it interesting.
I think Cedar Creek got a break there because McGinley put her foot up high to kick that ball. Fortunately for her, no Sterling player pursued in that area to make it a dangerous play. Had they done that, that would have been an interesting call.
Jones. Tori Wilsey there to boot it away. Tell you what, Tad, this back line of fullbacks for Sterling has done a great job defensively.
Yeah, they are pretty darn good. There's no doubt about it. Between Wilsey back there, we've seen Rhoda back there. There's 2 sophomores. Also Holloway, a sophomore. I mean, this team is going to be pretty darn good in another year or 2.
And Kat Miller, the mainstay back there, it seems, at least in this game,
Yep.
also a sophomore.
Again, it just comes down to, I mean, this has been the whole season for Sterling. We know their defense is strong. The mid-play is pretty darn good. They just need to find a way to find a score.
And we mentioned the losing 4 out of their last 5 games. They've only scored 4 goals in those 5 games.
And it's hard. It's hard to coach. It's hard to teach, Rob. You're either, it seems related to hockey that you follow as well. You either can score or you can't. You can't just stir up the pot and say, okay, you do this, you do that, you're a scorer.
Check that. They scored 6 in 5 games.
And that's not
Nonetheless, unless you're winning 1-0 games. And I think Coach Caracciolo knows that. She's going to do something to kind of spring the offense and do what she can. Sivry. Wiley shielding the ball nicely, but has no help there whatsoever. And it goes over the end line for a 6 kick.
As you mentioned, did a good job shielding her body. They just could do, I think, a little bit better talking down there in that zone, trying to get somebody to an open spot.
Just about 12 minutes remaining here in this first half. See, again, the time that you see on the screen, unofficial. But we think we're relatively right.
Yeah, so far the only stoppage you would have had was for the 1 goal.
Well, push in the back by Palladino, and she's going to get called for it.
Like that, going aggressive after it. Good call in the open field. Everyone could see that one.
Great day for soccer. I mean, I think this time last year we were sitting underneath a tent at Delran in the pouring rain.
Yep, there was a song in there somewhere.
Yes, there was. Palladino deflects off of McGinley.
Let's go.
It's almost like Sterling is just a pass short from getting the shot they want.
Carroll can't find any room there. And you can see 14 red. That's Corinne Morgan, who has the goal. She's everywhere. And now here's an opportunity here, but the Speedy Holloway should get there first, and she does. Palladino misses the first touch. No whistle, and it will be a Cedar Creek throw. Coming to the near side.
Definitely here. There's a lot of refs out here tonight, Rob.
Jacobo. Holloway, good defense on Jacobo.
You can hear we have a couple mics around the field here. You can hear the squishing as the fans go by and the players go by.
No, it's just my shoes.
Oh, that's just you. Yeah. Well, how important we talk about it, when we, especially when we have coaches here like Mr. Sheehan, who's coached for a long time. The last 5-6 minutes and the first 5 or 6 minutes of the half are crucial. And we're just about at that point.
Under 10 to play. Job by Wiley, freshman to freshman. Sivry trying to keep that in and cannot. Once again, Sivry just a little too short there. Unfortunate for her. Could have had a nice opportunity to come down the near sideline.
Nice tap.
Trying to spring Aaron Carroll. Ooh, Carroll, one-on-one. Goalkeeper is out. And Aaron Carroll helped Sterling get at least their first opportunity there.
As I mentioned, the last couple games, she's been the one that has the nose for the goal, and she almost got an opportunity there.
Aaron Carroll, 3 goals on the season. Tad, you mentioned 2 in that one game.
That was within the last 2 weeks.
Headed away defensively for the Pirates. Finds Hatfield. Hatfield can't control.
She's
and watch,
off.
look in the middle. Onside is
Wow.
Morgan, and no whistle.
If she was on, Rob, it wasn't by much. We had a really good look at that down the line. It was close.
Lambertino going to come to the near side. Deflects away. Now they're just going to Jacobo. Kayla Jacobo working one-on-one with Kat Miller. Miller wins the battle, and it will be a Cedar Creek throw. Jacobo again off of Holloway. Jones crosses right into the hand of Lambertino, who's done a good job in goal.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea to cradle it in front of you, because if you try to reach for one over your hands, there's a possibility it could slip through your hands.
Saw that a lot in the Eagles game this past weekend.
Yeah, when these, the type of ball that you're playing with out here, when they get wet, they are very hard to deal with, very slippery.
Foul and Pirate throw, or Pirate free kick, rather.
Arr.
It's Pirate's favorite letter.
Arr.
We have jokes on the broadcast, too.
Arr. I think this is your Sterling here. You got to find a way to not be down more than 1-0 as we get to the 6-minute mark.
Carissa Robbins. Now Sterling trying to clear it out, and here comes Lambertino. Great job by Lambertino. No hesitation coming out of the cage there and clearing everybody out.
You can definitely see her leadership throughout the season, one of the few seniors on the field. Here's a chance, Rob. Here we go.
Here comes Sivry. Sivry onside, and the defense comes back, and they're going to say handball.
It's a shame. It's in that choppy part of the field with the mud and a little bit of the gook, and that made it a tough play for her. She did everything she could, just a hard ball to handle.
Got a Sivry. Gets the hard luck award today. in the first half, anyway. Just means she's due. Dangerous play.
Wow. A little surprised. Obviously, some of the fans a little surprised by that one.
I'm not doing this alone.
You heard the referee on this sideline there. That was the ref on the other sideline is the one that made the call. That's why I'm glad we just have to announce, Rob. I don't have to call this game.
Yep.
We call it, but in a different way.
Yep, and it's a tough vantage point, too, because we are at field level.
There's so many little factors to take into account, too, as an official when you're making your call.
Oh, and Holloway absolutely buried Jacobo there, and that will be a foul.
She's just going for the ball. I mean, there's nothing you can do. There was no intent. It's just, again, they're both going for the ball. Holloway very strong, just ran her over now.
That's going to be a foul 3 weeks from now, too.
Yeah, and in basketball. This is a great scoring opportunity. This could be your game right here, Rob, on the line right now.
Two-person wall for Sterling. Sivry, Sheehan, Wiley, and now they're going to peel off Sheehan and just go Wiley and Sivry, the two freshmen. Now they're going to add Aaron Carroll in the three-person wall. Taking the kick is Robbins. Robbins. A little pop fly, and they're going to call offside.
Yeah, you could have picked probably 3 maroon shirts were off on that one. They were well off on that play because it almost like the kicker hesitated a little bit when they took off. So break for Sterling.
So we approach the 4-minute mark of this first half. Glad you joined us here on Channel 19. Rob Strauss, Tad Kozaneski, live from Cedar Creek High School in Egg Harbor Township. Winner of this game will face either Haddonfield, the #1 seed overall in South Jersey Group 2, or Manchester, and that game is going on right now. Sheehan, left-footed shot, deflected away. Rhoda.
Tough.
One more touch from Sterling, and they're right there.
So I'm saying, Rob, it's just they're one touch away. And every time, especially to our left inside the 18, when it looks like this is the play, there's a maroon shirt there.
Substitution to check in for both squads. So Aaron Carroll's going to take a quick breather. And Michelli going to come back in. Wilsey forces the turnover as we are under 3 to go here in the first half, Tad. And if you're joining us late, Corinne Morgan struck first. Not even 2 minutes into the game.
And it was probably the best scoring opportunity for either team. She came in point blank from just beyond the 18, and she drilled it.
A little shove by Morgan. Gets away with it. Now Morgan's going to be one-on-one. One-on-one with Miller. Morgan fakes a shot. Morgan, again, shot, save Lambertino. Circle that one, Tad.
What a great save, because that was a 2-on-1, and you could really see how Miller can finish, or Morgan, I should say, can finish. And that's just literally having guts and almost getting knocked out on that play. Great job. That was a save and a half there. Here comes a big corner kick.
Robbins again on the corner. High in the air, going to the far post, tries to punch it away to Lambertino. Not sure if she got a piece of it or not. She may have gotten a piece.
Yeah, she got in there, just got enough to steer that away from the net.
Jones against Hatfield. Jones cuts it back inside now. Left-footed service into the waiting arms of Lambertino. And that was one of those ones that could have taken a weird hop, Tad. Especially in that area where they were putting the quick dry down.
Well, before the shot, as a defender, you always want to overplay the middle. You'll give up the outside, and Sterling bit and went outside. It gave a good passing opportunity and almost burnt the Lady Knights.
So just about a minute remaining unofficially. Of course, the officials keeping the time on the field. No scoreboard to speak of here except for on our screen.
And we're pretty close because we've only had the one stoppage for the goal that we kept running our clock.
Here's some of the fans on the far side saying less than 1 minute. But again, they're not officials. Only the gentlemen in the highlighter green are. Sterling's got to be careful here defensively. You don't want to fall asleep here in the final minute.
You really be aware of Morgan, number 14.
Who is just camped out with Kat Miller shadowing her really everywhere she goes. Palladino tries the center. Trying to spring Sivry. Swing and a miss, and now another opportunity to clear it out, and they finally do the Pirates. And the whistle indicates the end of the half. So 1-0 in favor as our alarm goes off.
Very good.
Look at that. See that?
Nice.
It's not too bad.
Cool.
Not too bad at all. End of the half, 1-0. Cedar Creek, you're listening and watching live coverage of South Jersey Group 2 soccer right here on Channel 19. We're back right after this.
We're going to keep TV 19 and YouTube. Here we are. Thanks to Andrew Caney.
We made
Put
it.
in a new camera here.
Yeah.
We are to you live from the sidelines in a first half. Rob, you have the goal scorer in Morgan. Have a little bit more offensively than we our side.
And look, she's had a couple great chances. Finish. She put that shot up in the upper 90 there and did a really great job with that. But I mean, Sterling's just got to find some offense. Sivry had a couple nice runs down the sideline. Just unfortunate she ran out of some real estate there, Ted. But they got to find some quality shots. As I'm sure that's what Coach Caracciolo is trying to express to the girls right now.
One thing that was a little surprising to me, I thought we'd actually see a lot of girls more sliding and falling out here, and for the most part, we didn't see a lot. We saw the ball scooting along, but the players weren't.
Yeah, Morgan took a nice little divot out of the center field there, right midfield. And, you know, you see a couple divots right across from us. But other than that, I thought it'd be a lot more slick out here. It's really not.
Yeah, and we've held up in there. And again, 1-0 at half. That's doable. Let's talk about some of the things coming up broadcasting-wise here on YouTube and Channel 19. Tomorrow, Rob, should have a pretty good game. We're going on the road for the boys.
Yeah, we got gas up the Winnie because we're going for a hike out all the way out to Barnegat, and that should be a great game. It's a 7-10 matchup. Again, another coin flip matchup, as I like to call them, and you never know what's going to happen down there. That game will be played on the football field, which the boys just played their senior night on like last week or so. So that'll be another interesting contest for them. But again, you never know. I mean, it's you're playing a Colonial team against a Shore team. Really no comparable teams that you can, you know, kind of how they do against this team, or you never know. It's going to be a good game. We'll have that for you at 2 o'clock.
So we'll have the soccer game will be for you live. We'll have that here. Now, do we also have a field hockey team playing tomorrow as well?
Yeah, field hockey is in the 3rd round, and I was talking to principal and athletic director today and trying to figure out when the last time we had a field hockey team in the 3rd round, and it's been a while. It's been a really long time, even back to the Linda Huschel coached days way back in the day. So, you know, it's going to be what a great run that they're on, and shout out to Coach Errett, and just doing a great job with these girls every year.
They'll be going to Lower Cape May. Wednesday right now we have nothing. Also tonight we have an event going on at Sterling High School. We'll have it taped for everybody. Mr. Sterling, especially if you know any of the seniors, it's a great event to come out to.
It really is a lot of fun with their talents and all the competitions that they do, and it's all friendly competition between the guys, and it really is a lot of fun for the seniors, and that just it springboards what Spirit Week is really all about, and it really is a great time. 7 o'clock tonight, so if you happen to be out and about, you're leaving this game, go grab a bite to eat, head over to Sterling and check out Mr. Sterling.
Depending on who would win their playoff games, whether it be today or the boys tomorrow or field hockey, there could be games later in the week. There is a game later in the week, though, that we'll be home, and we'll be covering that one on Friday.
Yeah, Collingswood it used to be the Thanksgiving matchup, annual back and forth matchup between Sterling and Collingswood, but with no Thanksgiving, with the realignment with the West Jersey Football League, no Thanksgiving games for a majority of the West Jersey Football League. But that will be a great game, and we don't know if they're going to have another one yet. We're not sure if – I think this last week was the seating meeting should be early this week to find out what the seating is. I don't think they're going to be in the playoff hunt per chance, but they may get that 10th game.
Well, the way it happens right now, they've kind of changed the football a little bit, the way things have gone. In the time that you and I grew up, it was 8 teams in South Jersey in Group 2. What they've done is they've cut the state in half. They've put in 2 sets of North Jersey teams, and they've taken the Central and the South and combined them. And believe it or not, Sterling, as of last week, number 13, which put playoffs.
Right.
If they Collingswood, they know they will be in the playoffs. Now, as of if the playoffs went last week, we would have traveled to Haddonfield, who's a team that Mr. Schulzen, I think, is a team that I think we can play with.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
One of the things you think about, we didn't have a couple players for that game, like Vales being one of them that was not playing in that game. So it's going to be interesting to see how things go on. So Friday will be football. We'll find out who the homecoming queen is. And again, for the football team, it's going to be a big, big game. And even halftime, we're going to get a good look at the band as they perform out in the field.
And play a great week. Just kind of caps off an awesome spirit week. It's always a good time. We mentioned the hallways earlier. Decade Day coming up tomorrow around Sterling High School. So if you happen to be out and about, it really is a great time. Stop by tonight, Mr. Sterling.
Now, you represent the freshman class this year?
I have the freshman class this year, class of 2023. Props to my freshmen for doing a great job in their hallway. But tomorrow we have the 50s tomorrow. So 50s.
Well, what's the plan? What are we doing?
I think I'm going to go I'm trying to find a leather jacket. I'm not much of a leather jacket guy, but I think I'm going to go the white T-shirt with the rolled up sleeves, the jeans, and the leather jacket. I can't slick the hair back. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
I can't believe I suggested that to you.
I thought about it. I really did. I thought about it, but I'm like, it should be pretty easy to slick back because I don't have any, so it works out.
All right, well, my son's group, he's a junior, so he represents the 70s. So I might come in with a 70s.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Man,
Yeah.
dude. I could wear my Boston
that's right up your alley.
I could wear my Boston
You can do whatever
T-shirt.
you want. You've got to have some.
I'll try to do something like that to kind of represent with them. And I think tomorrow in the news we might have Mr. Sterling on, whoever that may be. There's 14 guys in for Mr. Sterling this year.
That's crazy.
Usually Miss Johnson's in the hallway. Come on, please. But they got 14 guys, and some of the talent is very, very interesting that people are going to see tonight.
I think Albert Tang was last year's Mr. Sterling, if I
remember
correctly. Yeah. So he should be there tonight to kind of pass the torch, so to speak, to whoever it is. Who's your pick?
Boy, that's a great. It always comes down to the talent. The talent is a hit, make or break you. And one of them we have coming up, and we worked out with Miss Johnson, is we have a sit-down comedian. So he's going to sit down, and facing him 5 feet away is going to be Miss Johnson. And Miss Johnson is the easiest laugh in the world. So even 100%. If his jokes bomb, she's going to be laughing hysterically. And I think the whole crowd's going to get into hearing her laugh and what she's going to do. There's some lip syncing going on. There's some actual singing going on in this, too. I mean, that takes a lot of guts.
I wouldn't do it.
There's no way.
There's no way I would ever do it.
To actually sing in front of your classmates. Just a lot of fun. The opening number is usually a blast, too, when the curtains open.
And they do the dance and everything. It really is a lot of fun.
We'll see that on the pep rally. They'll dance out there, too. Again, just an exciting week here at Sterling. And really, today is just the start of the week.
Right.
We still got a couple more days to go.
We got a road trip tomorrow at Barnegat for the boys' game. And then depending on what happens here, might have another girls' soccer game for you. Might have another boys' soccer game for you.
We might even have field hockey.
Well, I might not be in class 4th and 5th block for the rest of the week. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, it's one of those services that we're able to offer here at Sterling that most schools don't have. We've worked on the technology, being a choice school for communications. We have Andrew, our cameraman, up here, and Andrew helps us out with this. We're going to have, I believe, a student with us tomorrow as well, you said?
Joey Lomas, a sophomore who came on from my sports broadcasting class and did a great job at the boys' game the other night for their senior night, and he's going to hop in the car with us tomorrow and head down to Barnegat with us.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. So whether you are, if you're in the South Jersey area and you have a student who's sub-9th grade, you're interested in coming to Sterling High School for communications, you can apply at our choice meetings that we have. And, again, we welcome kids on the camera. We welcome kids behind the scenes. So it's very interesting to see how things go here. So, again, we're glad to bring this service back. And I think now it looks like we've stalled enough to bring us back for game time.
You made it.
We
you
made
did it.
All right, so let's switch.
Congratulations, you did it.
Director Rob going to switch us
Heck
back.
yeah.
We'll see everybody on the live audience. We'll get set to bring back the tape audience here right now as we take a breath. And we welcome everybody back here on Sterling High School TV 19. Tad Kozaneski, Rob Strauss with you as we get set for the second half of action. And we'll reset our clocks. We'll give you the second half. And I think if Sterling can get something going inside the 18, they have a shot. They got to find a way, maybe take a chance when they get near the 18.
Sterling will start the game with the ball here in this second half. And we're underway. Sterling in need of a goal to extend their season. Let's see what kind of changes they made offensively. Defensively, I thought they played pretty well.
Oh, they played very well defensively. Again, that one shot, they got out-hustled a little bit. Now here's a good scoring opportunity early. I think you got to push up and just take some chances.
Holloway inside the 18. Wiley giving chase. Wiley, left-footed opportunity. Tries to bend it around. Can't get it to curve enough. But a nice shot there by Jade Wiley.
Yeah, if she could have bent it like Beckham, that would have been the shot. Bend it back in towards the right. She tried, but again, just couldn't get enough spin on it to get it to bend back into the net. But I like what she's doing, Rob. If you get a shot, take it.
On a freshman goalkeeper.
Do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that was what, freshman on freshman there, too.
Sterling. Another opportunity for Wiley. Left-footed service. Picked off. Goes over the head of Tori Wilsey and does a good job shielding the ball. Otherwise, that's a 3-on-2 opportunity for Cedar Creek.
And that was one where she misread the surface. It spun and bounced over her head.
Would love to have had a sideline reporter head over and talk to either Coach Stu or Coach Caracciolo and see what they wanted to focus on at halftime, coming into the second half.
There's Carroll.
Carroll, right-footed shot inside the 18, tries to find anybody there. Sheehan shielding the ball. Sheehan has Wiley, backs it up to her. Nice pass to Holloway. Holloway can't control it, but somehow has it and goes right between the legs of Olivia Vanelli. I'm not sure that's how she wanted to make the save and drew it up, but nonetheless, she stopped it from going into the net.
You can see Nia Holloway right there. In the couple games we've had on Channel 19, she does make some runs up the field, and somebody will replace her, and she came close on that one.
Now numbers back the other way in transition. Here comes Winterbottom. Off the hands of Kat Miller. Went up high. Wiley trying to give chase. Here comes Sivry. Sivry with another ice opportunity. That's going to stop, and Vanelli is going to win that chase again. So Vanelli's had to be busy here as she wasn't very much in that first half.
Tell you what, the freshman Sivry's added some lace to this offense. She almost got a piece of that one.
Michelli trying to spring the offense. Here's Sivry again. Pinballs away from her. Cedar Creek. Morgan. Wow, nice cut back. Holloway stays square to shoot her. Holloway's just going to stay right with her.
I think that's Holloway's game as it goes out of bounds. I don't know if we're getting a kick or a throw here.
Foul against
Holloway's a stronger player, and I think that's what she's got to do. She's got to be willing to use her body here. Even if she has to take a foul out there, that's okay.
Robbins seems to be their free kick and corner kick specialist for the Pirates. Comes to right-footed service. Beautiful service inside the 18. Punched away by Lambertino. She goes down hard but pops back up, and another Cedar Creek player is down inside the 18.
There are two players down inside the 18. Rob, Sterling can keep that in, and they can't.
And that was Morgan that was down.
Ooh.
And a tackle at about the 45.
I've told people before, unless you've come to a high school, especially boys soccer game, and you're near the field, you don't realize how physical this game is.
Yeah.
When you watch your young kids play, whether it be Natarkill or TBA or wherever they play, it's a nice, controlled game. I mean, these girls, man, they are physical. They go at each other.
Wonder if that was one of the points of emphasis that Coach Caracciolo had at halftime.
Like, especially like that from Holloway back in her defensive spot, especially when she's dealing with Morgan.
Robbins off the foot of Morgan.
The thing I've noticed about Morgan, she's very skilled and she's very quick. And I think Holloway's game, she is quick, but I think she's very strong.
Headed away. Sterling trying to get a stop and a whistle, going to be a foul. Or an offside, rather, excuse me.
It was close. Well, Sterling started the first 3 or 4 minutes with all the pressure. It's balanced out a little bit. Somebody's having a good time down there. To no one.
Well, a miscue by Sivry. He's going to spring the offense the other way. Winterbottom and Morgan. Nice between the legs. Scoot Morgan. Here comes Morgan. Can she turn the corner? She does. Save Lambertino. Sheehan tries to clear it out defensively off of Sheehan again. What a save by Lambertino. Wiley shoved Robbins right out of the way there, and here comes Palladino to Wiley. Palladino. Nobody home but Pirates. And cleared up and out.
I think she thought Wiley might be there, and Wiley was not. See Holloway not happy with that call.
Tyrell, good job by Holloway to come in and play defense on Morgan.
See how she muscled through that, Rob? I think that's her key. Here we go.
Trying to spring Sivry. Sivry one-on-one. Sivry trying to win the battle. However, does find Carroll. Carroll shot. Easy save for Vanelli.
The backline speed of Cedar Creek has saved them a couple times. Sterling got the break, though, as it was kicked out, and Carroll just didn't quite get enough on it.
Tell you what, Tad, we're 7 minutes into the second half. Completely different Sterling team offensively than we saw in the first half.
I think they're playing more physical now, and starting with Holloway. They're just being a stronger physical team. I think Cedar Creek might be a little quicker. That's why you got to go to your physicality.
Free kick for Sterling. Wasted.
Wow, that's a shame. I don't know what she was thinking. Was that Miller on that?
Miller on the far side.
She spun the ball and was trying to kick it, I think, while it was still spinning. You want to kind of set it up, look things over. She had nobody over there.
It's one of those ones you just want to take your time with and get everybody set up. I know you're down a goal, but you still have 33 minutes remaining to do so. Oh, and Vanelli watches it right off to her right, and a goal kick.
They were looking for a possible deflection, but it wasn't there. But again, as you mentioned, the second half so far, this first 8 minutes has been pretty much all Sterling on the attack.
I tell you what, Ted, if you also look directly across from us, there are some king-size divots right across from us. That's like a Tiger Woods 9-iron kind of divot right in front of us. This field's going to need some repair. Michelli can't create. Sterling, Willsie's going to have to play some defense here. She's going the wrong way, trying to make the turn, cannot. And now finally sends it up. Tries to find Sivry off of Holloway. Jones turns, but has backup. Winterbottom. 1-on-3 is Winterbottom, shoved out of the way by Palladino.
That's a good defensive play by Palladino.
Wiley.
Give and go.
Holloway. On the wet part of the field, you can hear her coming through here. 3-on-3, but plenty of open space for the Pirates. And just a wasted opportunity there for Pirates as Tyrell kicks it out of play, and Sterling an opportunity
Ooh, maybe a corner
It could
kick,
be a
Rob.
corner kick coming up, and indeed it is for Sterling. That's corner kick number 3. Just about 10 minutes into this second half. Glad you joined us here on Channel 19. Rob Strauss, Tad Kozaneski. Kate McVeigh going to check in, as well as Emma Carmody.
Here's a corner kick now, Rob, that they need to make count on this one. They need to get a good opportunity.
Michelli and Sivry take a seat momentarily. Nice kick inside, off the hands of the goalkeeper and in! Miscue by the goalkeeper. Erin Carroll gets the goal and Sterling ties the game at 1.
I had a feeling, Rob, Carroll's the one that makes things happen since they put her on the front line. She's been able to get those goals. We'll return with our taped audience in a moment. We are now tied at 1. So Carroll will get the goal. So Carroll gets the goal as it went through the goalkeeper's hand on the corner kick. And we are now tied at 1 in this playoff game where the winner goes most likely to the #1 seed to take on Haddonfield.
For Erin Carroll, that's her 4th goal of the season. And no bigger time than it comes in this first round of the South Jersey Group 2 playoffs.
And Rob, we talked about earlier how if you put your hands over your head as the goaltender, there's a chance the ball could skid through, and that's exactly what happened there. That's why today's a good idea. If you're going to shoot, either skid it and have it skip in or get it high, maybe through the hands.
And it seemed like Vanelli's momentum even carried that into the net, too. Wiley sends it forward. Springing Palladino. Palladino with some room now. Palladino cuts it back inside and swept away. Had a little too long. Nice job defensively by Tyrell.
Looked like they had a shot for a 3-on-2 there, Rob, and just couldn't get it together. Here's your whistle.
Easy foul there as Carmody goes to the turf.
That's when you have a team that can score and finish when you get into the net, and that's what this.
Winner of this game plays either a game scheduled for Halloween, but that's got to rattle the freshman goalkeeper a little bit there.
And again, there was interference. Allowed to play for the balls. It went through her hand. Good aggressive play by Sterling. Again, I think that's been the difference, Rob. They are aggressively, they're going at it right now.
50-50 ball. Push against Wiley.
But I like the play, Rob. A lot more physical and creating some plays. You almost have to play a little bit more of an edge on yourself right now. Make it happen.
Really the tale of two halves here, Tad, between Sterling, who had just a couple opportunities, but in the opening 10 minutes, it's been all Sterling. Turnaround shot as Lambertino will watch it go wide and out of play.
And it's almost like we saw a little bit in the first half that the difference is Cedar Creek has somebody in Morgan who can finish. Sterling's just got to find a way now to get around that 18 and find somebody who can finish. And now it's a case here of being careful defensively. Don't make any mistakes in the middle of the field.
Off the head of Wiley. Palladino giving chase, and she'll watch it go out of play for a Cedar Creek throw-in. Thomas.
They just did. Good thing she identified.
Carroll, little give and go with Palladino, trying to spring Wiley. Wiley inside, didn't see it until late, and that's going to be a corner. Worked out well last time. Corner number 5 for Sterling.
Actually, I think it was right there. That was a good job by Wiley to aggressively call for the ball and go after that. Just unfortunately off her shin guards.
Good pickup, Ted. Sheehan with the intercept. Push down, and they'll get a whistle.
All right, this
and a
is
shot from distance here, and
I'm going to say, what, 25, 30 yards out, Rob?
about that, yeah, about 25 yards out for Kaylee Sheehan, who forced a foul. She'll actually take the kick.
This is one you can make.
And wait, and I'm wondering if Sterling's going to ask for 10 yards. I don't know if that's 10 yards or not. Sheehan's going to kick it anyway. Goes over the cage and out of play.
I don't know if she was worried about slipping. She stayed lower, I think, than normal, and it caused her to get too far under the ball, and it sailed up high over the net. That's a tough play because basically what you're trying to do is get it under the crossbar and over the goalie's head. On a slick surface, that's hard to measure up. Sheehan doing a great job in a couple of these restarts in.
Maybe it's one side of the field is better than the other because it seems like a majority of the offensive opportunities have been on this right side of the field, Ted.
Must be something with the alligators in the lake to our right.
Holloway on the throw-in.
Holloway slipped. She's sore.
You can hear that.
She may need to go down, Rob. She may have pulled something. Now she's walking it off.
Looks like the left leg. She's jogging it off now, but you could definitely hear it.
This is trouble.
Looking for Jacobo. Jacobo catches up with it, trying to spin around, has help. Too far, and Lambertino right there to eat it up.
That was a long run for Kat Miller. Luckily, Miller was able to get to it first, and just enough to cause the interference.
It's a little over 24 minutes remaining here in this second half. Sterling has equalized the game 1-1 off the foot of Erin Carroll, who picks up her 4th goal of the year. Watch out for Morgan in the middle. Morgan given an opportunity. Morgan wide open. Nice block there by Wilsey. That was Catherine Miller.
Kat Miller with a great defensive play there because the last one you want to see in that position is Morgan. And Morgan, I thought, was going to get a great chance to put the ball in the net. Kat Miller, tremendous play.
Kat Miller, only a sophomore, and it looks like this sophomore back line has done such a great job here defensively today.
As you mentioned, the entire back line, Rob, all sophomores. Probably the strongest part of this Sterling team as well. And let's give some credit to our goalie. I think he's played very well this game and this season.
Lexi Lambertino in what could be her final game here. Hoping that Sterling gets another one here and extends her career.
You know, Rob, I'm getting the sense right now Cedar Creek has kind of turned the tide a little bit right now. Sterling had the momentum for almost this entire 20 minutes. I'm getting a sense now Cedar Creek's starting to turn things up a bit.
Punch forward, trying to get to the foot of Morgan. The speedy Morgan sends it across. Lambertino comes out and makes the save. Rolls it forward for Wiley. I don't think she was expecting it, and now it's a turnover. Fortunately for Sterling, Robbins kicks it over the end line and out of play.
Looked like a good idea at the time, but unfortunately almost turned into a tough play, but Sterling will get the goal kick out of it nonetheless.
Up ahead now, see Creek, and going to the turf was a goal scorer, Erin Carroll. Palladino, nice little move. Looking to spring Hatfield. Carmody. Cross takes it away defensively for Cedar Creek and clears the foot of Wilsey. Up ahead for Hatfield. Hatfield cuts inside, almost fouled there, looking for the foul, didn't get it. And here comes Carroll, one-on-one with Holloway. Morgan, the goal scorer, cuts it back inside. 1-on-2 now. Morgan again, shot, score. Her second of the game. And Cedar Creek leads 2-1.
She is that good, Rob. You just can't let her get in front as she did right there. Great job to make that play and get that goal.
2-1 on the goal. Her second of the game from Corinne Morgan. And Sterling finds themselves down a goal yet again.
You could see that one coming a mile away, Rob. As soon as she got through, you're like, she's going to find a way to get in. It goes back to that goal scorer's mentality.
Went 1-on-2. It was 1-on-1. The help defense came from Nia Holloway. And the shot gets past Lambertino into the back of the cage. Now here's Wiley, lefty. And Vanelli lets it scoot right into her chest.
Again, Rob, it's obvious when you see great goal scorers. She's only a freshman in Morgan, but man, can she finish. Our time is unofficial as we have on here, but we are reasonably close. You still got a good 20 minutes to go. Sterling's just got to find a way now. Look out for Morgan again. Here's her shot. Great save. Nobody was there for Cedar Creek, but oh, here's a slip. Now Sterling's going to get some numbers.
Here comes Jade Wiley. Wiley, 1-on-1. Up for Palladino. Palladino, 1-on-1. Right in the middle for Sheehan. Sheehan inside the 18. Good defense there by Robbins. Palladino. Could have been a foul there, no call. Cedar Creek fans to our left wanted the foul, they didn't get it. Wiley. Far side looking for Carmody. Can't find her.
That's a great job by Lambertino to come out, see that Morgan was there. Don't let her get near that ball. They never said being a referee in any sport was easy. And
soccer might be the hardest. I'm not going to lie to you.
The referee on this side of the field hears it all game. And again, that's from both sides. That's not one side over the other.
Under 20 minutes remaining. Sterling in need of a goal. They've had a majority of the momentum, but both the goals for Cedar Creek coming off of the foot of Corinne Morgan.
And this has been the problem, as you see that kicked out of bounds. Whenever we get a centering pass, Rob, where are the white shirts? They're just centering passes that there's either nobody there or it's maroon shirts.
Tori Wilsey to throw it in on the far side. Off the foot of Palladino. Carmody sends it inside the 18 looking for either Wiley or Palladino. Can't find either. Excuse me, or Michelli. Can't find either. Wilsey turns it over to Morgan. Not the person you want to turn it over to. Here she goes again. The shifty Morgan looking for one-on-one with Holloway. Shooters Holloway and a foul.
Oh, wow.
And that's outside the 18.